everybody. Happy 4th of July, by the way. And, well, unfortunately, I didn't think about it when I read this a while back, but there was an entry back here. Quite possibly, I believe it was titled Singing with the Angels, but that happens to be the 4th of July entry for this book, at least. And I would have read it for today if I hadn't have already done so previously. So, it's not a big deal, though. I apologize. So we'll just be reading this one for today. It's called Tough It Out. So we'll see what this is about. Tough it out. Stay strong. Endure. You hear these words a lot when people are talking about sports, but they don't sound so great when you're talking about your life. And yet that is what you must do. Tough it out, stay strong, and endure. It's just a fact. You're going to have troubles in this life. The devil is your enemy. So he is going to throw everything he has at you. Problems at school, home, and with friends. Fear, loneliness, and doubt. Expect these troubles and stand strong. And when the evil one attacks, give thanks. Yes, give thanks. You thank me for being able to bring the good out of everything. Praise me for the chance to see my power in your life. Worship me, the God who always has a purpose and who will not let the evil one snatch you away. And thank me for the spiritual strength you gain by enduring your troubles bravely. Okay then. So, let's talk about this one a little bit. Now, I've talked about this similar phrase in particular, or at least something like it, because I don't always agree with it. However, in some contexts like this one, it is at least a good thing to follow. I mean, usually I try to go by this, especially when there's a lot going on in life, because we've talked about complaining a lot recently, too. It's almost funny. And, of course there'll be hardships in most people's lives, whether it's like a modern world or maybe a third world crisis. And most genuine hardships do deserve attention. However, so many people just pose for attention. It's especially some, like, on social media, say, you have, like, it's honestly pretty disgusting on websites such as TikTok, for example. You have these just pathetic people posing as, maybe, like, someone who trying to fake autism or, like, Tourette's syndrome, for example. It just, and coming from a perspective of one of those people who genuinely have it, they're just like, why would you want this? It, when you're coming from them, it's just, they don't see it as something, they would want just for attention. They didn't ask to be born that way, and nobody does. Nobody gets to choose what sort of disorders they'll have in life, It's just extremely disheartening, and out of the many inhumane things to do, that's, if anything, that's a stepping stone compared to what some people have done, It is quite depressing when you think about it, and that's not something we can deny. And, if we try, that won't get very far before it starts to fall apart. But in this case, acceptance really is something, we need to hold on to, as well as God's grace, because there's a lot of suffering that, we don't even need to go through. Maybe with some introspection or being able to talk to somebody. Some modern day issues are serious and prevailing. It's understandable, especially in the condition of the world and humanity we live with nowadays. But some of it's just so unnecessary, to put yourself through a bunch of, rubbish you don't even need to go through. It's just goofy when there's worse things to think about. And that's why Tough It Out can be an important message. Just, to keep yourself ready for whatever comes your way by not putting yourself, spending so much of your energy on, silly little fixations. But that's pretty much the point of this message, I would say. And on that note, we can still give God praise, for the good and the bad in life, which is another thing that we've talked about. A very important thing for many topics. So, like I said, happy 4th of July. Thanks for listening to this. And I hope I didn't put you in a down mood by, discussing the truths of our world. Now that I think about it, maybe this wasn't such a good idea for a holiday. But I suppose it is also important to remember, the sacrifices people made just to have a 4th of July. So, in a way, that does kind of fit in, I suppose. Just, compared to a few social media pity parties, I figured this would be important to spread. So, thank you, and I'll see you one last time tomorrow. Bye-bye.